Good afternoon everyone and welcome to Crafty Monday. If this is the first time you've been on, don't forget to say hello and where you're from. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Teresa Brown and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Warragul, Victoria and have been for 19 years. So today we're doing a little bit of scrap paper magic. It's using scrap papers. How many of you end up with lots and lots of strips of paper, lots of pieces of paper like this, and they all go into a drawer? Well, I've been sorting through my scrap drawer. What a big job. I gave a lot away to one of the kindergartens the other day because honestly, there was just so much there. And I like to empty it out before the beginning of October, so that I can start fresh for the next 12 months in the Stampin' Up! Business. So my drawer gets emptied. So, yeah, I usually donate it to kindergartens or whoever would like some scraps. They can be little pieces, they can be big pieces, they can be designer series pieces, they can have die cut images out of them, they could be half stamped on, who knows, but they're in the scrap drawer. So who's got a scrap drawer like that? Tell me. Do you clean it out once a year and refill it? Because it just gets piled up. I'm getting to the point where you can't shut it after 12 months, so you really need to go through it. So I like to, before I go through, see what designer series paper's there, grab some out. So today I grabbed out, I had this piece in here. I'd been making some cards with this. I had some strips, some little strips. So I thought, okay, we'll go with that today. Hi Susan, hi Tanya. So it's going to be a lot of fun having a little play with that. I'm going to have who's got their cuppa? I'm a bit late having mine today, so I've made it and I'm going to quickly drink it too. Oh, really nice. Now I want to share a couple of cards that I received through the mail, and I want to talk quickly a little bit about happy mail. Who loves getting happy mail? I know I do, and I know lots of people out there must love getting mail because most of the time you get bills through the post today, not beautiful handmade cards. I got this beautiful congratulations card, and this is for being congratulations for 19 years, and this lady's been with me for such a long time, and her name is, I'm not going to give you her surname, her name's Pat, but absolutely beautiful. She's done the embossing on the back of it and she's just done some die cutting. Very simple, little congratulations, absolutely gorgeous. Then I got a thank you card, and this paper, when I saw this come in, I thought, I must go through my scrap drawer because I know I've got some of this pear paper and it's absolutely beautiful. And this was a thinking of you from Maureen. Thank you, Maureen. This is absolutely gorgeous too. But this is used from one of the papers that you would probably use for a scrapbook page, but I love the way she's cut it and has been able to put the thank you on the white piece here. Absolutely gorgeous. So they're my little bit of inspiration. And then I got this birthday card from Brenda. So I've done a thank you and congratulations and a birthday. Hi Anne, how are you? And this was using the designer series paper and the punch, the stamp. So that gave me the idea of using my encircled with love stamps today because I haven't actually used these very much. I've still got some pear paper left because I had to buy some more, but this is just beautiful. But I reckon this beautiful big sheet here, I'm going to pull it out, here is what she's used for one of the cards, for this card. I'm not sure which one. Oh, I think it's this one down the bottom here. Maybe this one over here, I'm not sure. But anyhow, I reckon this is what she's cut up, which is absolutely beautiful. I love that, Maureen. Thank you for sharing that. Great idea. If you want your card to be shared, I love Happy Mail. And the reason I'm talking about Happy Mail, hi Joe, is because in October I'm going to be away on, hi Glenda, on the cruise with some crafty ladies. And I'm so looking forward to doing that. I'm so looking forward to getting out and about with some crafty ladies. Hi Kay, how are you? So I'm going to be putting up a challenge. Now, because I'm not here between the 11th and the 20th, doesn't mean to say I'm not going to be posting. I'm going to be posting on my Facebook page. I'm going to schedule a lot of stuff. But I'm going to be doing also some Happy Mail send outs, like for you guys to put together, hi Carolyn, some cards and send them out and tell me who you've sent them to. So stay tuned for that because that's coming up. So let's come down because half an hour goes really, really fast. Who loves the magic of, that's why I didn't know what to call it today, and I thought scrap paper magic. It's a bit of magic when you put all your scraps together. I thought so anyhow. So I have this little square, and I have a lot of these little white squares. They're all different sizes. And I thought I'm going to use one today. I'm going to just put the Tombow glue over the square. Oh, who's got the storm? We're getting a storm here. And then I've got all these little pieces as well. So I'm going to start off right at the corner. I know you've probably seen this little idea done before. And it is a cute little that one needs to go over just a fraction. It's the only thing when you're using scraps is you really do have to be mindful that they're coming off the edge. Is this one long enough? No. I've got some long ones here. So we're going to put a long one in here. Going to make sure that you've got it right on over the edge. This point here and this point over here. You've got to make sure that they're over the edge. And I think I'll just use the long one so I don't mess any up. And then you can have this one coming in. You can do them all the same side if you want to, but that's the side, the reverse side of this paper, so the pear paper. And I had so many of these little scraps, and I thought, you know what? Today's the day. I went through my scrap drawer and I pulled out heaps of different things, and I thought, I'm going to use this. Okay, we can bring this in here. Okay, I love this about scraps because you can do so much with them. Then I'm going to just come down and cut around that. I don't even know what size this white piece is. I'll measure it in a minute. Like I said, I have got a pile of little white squares, and I thought I really need to start using them. I really do, because otherwise they're just going to get discoloured. You can sort of see when you do that, it becomes a nice little effect like that. So I'm going to put this in the bin. I'm not going to keep any more scraps out of that lot. That didn't want to go in the bin. I could probably make some more stuff out of that, but I'm not going to. I am sorting out my scrap drawer. And it's time to freshen it up and clean it up. Okay, so we have some scrap white paper. I always have lots of scrap white paper. So I'm going to... And I usually have a lot left over from when I'm making up kits, you know, to do post-outs and things like that. So I'm going to use the With Love one today. And I'm going to just stamp that down here. Just holding it for a few minutes. And guess what? I know my chamois is not here, so I'm just going to put that over there. My chamois is sitting in the trough soaking out in the laundry because it was really grotty. And I have a 1 3/4 punch. Now this is one of our very old style punches, but you know what? It still works so well, and you can use a die, you can use a punch. You might even have this punch in your stash at home. I don't like getting rid of too much of what I can use because sometimes you just want to use that particular one. Now that's good because that means now I can sort of cut this bit off and I've got another small piece, but that's okay, we keep using them. Okay, so I decided I have a lot of mats cut out. So I've got some black here, and I've got this piece which is probably not even proper card front size. It's probably needs trimming. Okay, so let's trim that. Grab my paper trimmer, and I'm thinking, do I want to put a mat behind this and a mat behind that? And I'm sort of thinking yes in my mind, because, and I'm just going to check to see if I've got any scraps in my black. I try to put my scraps in here in the front of my packets on my colours, unless they're very, very tiny. Okay, so this is our normal. So I've got one here. Let's measure it just to make sure that it's going to fit. 14 by 10. Yes, that's going to fit perfect. So we want to do this one at 14 by 10. So I'm going to do 10 by 14. So this is for the inside. And then let's see what this one is. I think this one might be one that was left over from one of our classes. Yeah, 13.5 by 9.5. I will put these measurements up over on my blog, but I haven't written anything down at the moment because these are all scraps. So this is, what do I say? 10 by, let me measure it again, 10 by 14. So we want this one to be 13.5. Okay, and then that was 10, so we want this one to be 9.5. So sometimes you can see you only need to trim that little bit off your scraps that you've got. But it's better than sitting in the drawer getting crease and not using it at all, because it's very, very pretty paper. You can even use this side if you want to. If you wanted to use this side, you could, but I like the pear side, so I'm going to go with the pear on here. My glue. How's everyone's day been going? So it's been raining where you are. We had hail. I could not believe it. I was sitting here and I was looking out the window and we had hail earlier this morning. And I went, oh my God, hail. Is it going to snow today? It feels like it. It's cold. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but it's pretty chilly down here in Victoria. Okay, so you can see this is just beautiful, this paper. Who loves this paper? Oh, I just love it. I just think it's beautiful. So we can stick this on here. And I don't mind having the white card because it's got these little flowers in there that picks the white up. So I think that looks quite nice. I was sort of thinking maybe yellow, but I think I like the white. So I'm going to go with the white. Okay. Now this card has been sitting around for a little while and it's had a little couple of ink spots, but you know what? This is covered over the top of it, which is really good. Okay, so we're going to put this on here. Now we're going to raise this up on here and I'm going to use dimensions. Dimensions, here they are. I've been cutting up the last of the Christmas post outs. So they're all ready for when I get home from the trip because they start on the 1st of November, and I really wanted them all done, so I've done most of the instructions, and I've been busy doing them, cutting them up, so it's been a really peaceful day watching a movie and doing some cutting out. So we're going to pop this way, which is quite nice, and I'm bringing in squares and circles. I had some of these. Now these are from, they got a little split around the side. What's these ones from? One of the dies, Stylish Shapes. No, I'm not. No, this one's not Stylish Shape. I can't remember what this one is, but anyhow, I'll write it in the instructions. And then I'm going to stamp, my Stamp Out bird with love is going to go on here. It just sort of fits into that beautiful shape there using that 1 3/4 punch. So I'm going to use some dimensions on the back here. Raise this up. Now, do you get scrap ribbon too? Because I always, when I'm cutting up ribbon for classes, end up with a little bit at the end and then think, what am I going to do with it? Like, I've got so much of these little strands. So I'm going to try to use that today as well. Okay, here we go. I want to make 2 cards if I can. So I'm trying to work a little bit faster than normal. Okay, so with love. And that just fits in beautiful. Why can't I think of that? Oh, no, can't think of it at the moment. Isn't it funny when your brain goes dead? My brain's dead. Okay, I like that on there. And then we can do... I might grab this bit bigger one. We could do a bow, maybe. Let's see. Am I going to end up with a little piece left over? This is gorgeous, this old olive. It's got gold through it. It's just absolutely beautiful. I think it actually comes in this suite. And I'm sort of trying to toss up where I want to put this. And I think I might have it going from there. So I'm just going to pull them a little bit tighter. Make sure that they're sitting straight. Grab my paper snips. And cut them off. I'm going to use a mini glue dot. Now sometimes I like them to sit so you can just see the back a little bit of the bow. So it looks really lovely. So I'm going to pop this on here, or will I pop it on here? I'm trying to work out where I want to put it. I might pop it on there. I'm just find my mini glue dots in here. Excuse me. They're over here somewhere. I was using them this morning. A little trick with your mini glue dots. Now that the little glue dots are on this side when you unravel it, not on that side like they used to be, this is a really good trick because you can wind this back over the ribbon. Just tie a bit of ribbon around it. And then you can actually pop your ribbon onto your glue dot, and it keeps it nice, and keep this piece around it because it keeps them all nice and sticky. Okay, now before I stick this piece, I just got to work out where I really want this. I think on here with love. I think I'm going to go on here. Okay. And then I'm going to put my dimensions on the back here and raise this one up as well. I'm using all my edges up today as well. They're already cut, ready to use. It's good to use all your bits up I like to do a big sort out before the new Stampin' Up year that starts in October. So that's my goal for today, is doing that. So you can sort of see you get this pretty little card. Just going to put this up a little bit. Hi Joe, how are you? And you see you can use this pretty little card. We've used the scraps on here, and we've used this scrap piece that was just sitting by itself in the drawer. Okay, let me do another card quickly. We've got 10 minutes. Let's see if we can get this done. Okay. I have so many scraps, I really do. I don't know, got lots of cards, bases here, and I've tried to match cards and paper up to go together. So I've got a pink card here, and I've got green mats. Ooh, okay. We'll put that over there. I'll put the middle ones in a minute. Let me see. Now, I was going through it and I had lots and lots of scraps. And I was looking at the card that Brenda made me for my birthday, and I thought, well, I might have to trim them up a little bit. So I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to have this card, my card's opening up this way. So it's 29 centimetres by 10.5, scored at 14.5. And I'm going to put this on. I think the pink and the green will look nice with this paper. It's quite a nice paper. And I'm sort of thinking, I have trimmed these up a little bit because they were a little bit all over the place, just to save some time, because I knew we wouldn't have a lot of time. So I sort of cut them down a little bit, and I'll put what measurements I've used. I'll put that over onto my blog. I have popped over on my blog the Halloween measurements from the cards we did on Saturday. And I think when you're doing this, you sort of got to be mindful how the pattern's going as well. Okay, so I love that about the liquid glue, is that you can move it when you slide it. Now, I'm not too sure about these pieces. Oh, I reckon they'll fit in there. I wasn't too sure actually, so I thought I might have to cut these down. I have just got scraps. Okay, so this one's going to go in here. It's going to be a little bit different because I'm not putting the ribbon around because I don't have a big piece of ribbon. I'm using scraps. And when I'm using scraps, I like to use all my scraps. Ribbons, papers, designer series papers. I think that one's a bit shorter, but that's okay. Well, that was obviously a scrap. No, it doesn't quite match, but it pretty well does, so I might go with the pattern side. Sort of does. Not quite, but sort of. Well, I probably could have trimmed that one off a little bit because you don't get quite a big border over that side, but that's okay. I just grabbed out a whole heap. I had a whole heap sitting in the front of my packet, in my drawers. Okay. Now, I wanted to go with the colours because I looked at the colours and I thought, well, I had some of these cut out, like, oh, I can't think of the name of this one. I will think of it later. So I'm going to go, you can sort of see they're the same sort of size. So you can either go pink with the green, which makes it really, really soft and beautiful. we've got this bit of ribbon here, and I'm sort of thinking, can I use that on the back of my ribbon here, which I think I will. So I'm going to grab a little mini glue dot. I'm going to use my scissors because my pick tool's somewhere. You don't want to look at my craft room at the moment. Which side do we want? I think more that way. So when you're doing this, just put a little mini glue dot in your ribbon and then flick it over so it crosses over, and then you can sort of work out okay, so we want it down just a fraction. Now a lot of the ladies you'll see, they use a lighter. That stops it from fringing. If you cut it on a bit of an angle, it's pretty well good too. So now I'm going to put a dimension on the back of this and put this, line it up to where I want it. Okay. Now I can put some more dimensions around. I've got these cut, yep. I'm going to cut these ones. And I'm just going to bring, I'm not going to bring it down over that one, but I'm going to bring it down over that bottom bit there. I'm not going to put any up on the top bit because I don't want it to poke out. So just using up the scraps again. How good is it to use all your scraps? Scrap dimensions, scrap ribbons, scrap paper, scrap dies that have been cut out. That's why I can't remember the names of them, because I've had them sitting there in a Ziploc bag. They're always handy when you want one. So we can pop this, I think, going this way. And then the With Love on the inside. We can just glue this one. We don't have to raise it up. I think if we'd gone with the black, it would have been too heavy. So I think the pink, this is Bubble Bath, by the way, and Bubble Bath scraps. So that's very cute, even though, let me bring this up again. Hi, Susan. Even though Brenda's birthday card had like happy birthday, she's done lots of little layers in here, which is absolutely beautiful. Hers is perfectly measured. And then I've just come up with using the scraps that way, which is really, really good. And I do love that using the stamp set. And it gave me a little bit of inspiration, which was really good, like I said. And this one gave me some inspiration because I got this beautiful card here given to me. And I sort of love that paper, and I thought, just going to have to use it today and use it up. So thank you for the inspiration, for sending me some happy mail. I love happy mail. Don't forget, we're going to have some happy mail going out through October. So I'll put everything up on my site. So don't forget. Hi, Wendy. How are you? They do both look lovely. I love the scraps. It's good to get in, and you feel good when you get into your drawer and you pull out all the pieces. Some of them are creased, and then you have to do that wrinkle style. You've got to screw them up because they're so creased, but that's okay. You still get to use your paper and use it up. So keep an eye on my website through October while I'm away. Okay, I will be going away on the 11th October to the 20th. But there will be stuff going on, and you still will be in the mystery gift giving if you comment. Don't forget to comment. Don't just like, comment too. And keep that interaction going while I'm away. I'd really appreciate your help there, because if my Facebook page goes dead, then my level drops. So keep supporting me. I'll keep supporting you. So God bless you, and I'll see you on Thursday, Crafty Thursday at 7 o'clock. Bye for now.